Good evening, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. So, can I have my board and my advisors come up to the stage? While you guys are coming onto the stage, I just would like to briefly talk about Jibon. So in 2017, Jamaica Bashi was founded by a few of us. And in 2025, we rebranded it to Jibon, which is Jamaica Integrated Bangladeshi Officers Network. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed members of the Jamaica Integrated Bangladeshi Officers Network, it is with great pride and a sense of purpose that I stand before you today to endorse a remarkable leader and visionary candidate for New York City Mayor, Zohran Mamdani. I stand here not only to voice my support, but to rally our community around a leader who understands our unique challenges and embraces our dreams. Zohran is not just a candidate. He represents a movement for the people, by the people. As the tapestry of our city grows, ever more vibrant with the rich contributions of diverse communities, we need a leader who understands the complexities of this great metropolis. We need a leader who listens, advocates, and delivers. Zohran embodies all of those qualities. In my role with Jibon, I've witnessed firsthand the struggles and triumphs our immigrant communities face on day in and day out. We need a mayor who will prioritize our needs and foster an environment where everyone feels safe and valued. Zohran Mamdani is that mayor. What strikes most about Zohran is his dedication to listening. He understands that the true leadership is rooted in dialogue and empathy. He actively seeks our community voices, valuing their suggestions, concerns, particularly from community like ours. Zohran sees us just not as constituents, but as partners in building a brighter future. His commitment to addressing the unique challenges faced by immigrant communities is commendable. He has outlined a comprehensive plan to enhance access to essential services, affordable and accessible housing, and uplift those who often get marginalized. Zohran knows that our city thrives on its diversity, not only recognized, but celebrated. I want to emphasize Zohran's balanced approach to public safety. He understands the significance of having a police force that serves and protects the city of New York. Our city needs its police force, and he will be with us, supporting us, and not defunding us. Yes. We have worked so hard to build that trust, and Zohran will keep his promise. And he will not, I'll repeat again, will not defund the police. That's where we got that narrative. Mamdani has continued to listen to people. He knows what we need to do, the reforms that needs to be done, the support that this community needs to have. And he will have support for the community and for the police. This is crucial for fostering a safe environment for all New Yorkers, particularly in our neck of the woods. Zohran Mamdani is dedicated to creating a New York City that works for everyone. where safety and community empowerment go hand in hand. He recognized that true safety comes from building relationships and providing resources. His vision ensures rigorous accountability while fostering true trust between law enforcement and the community they serve. As we gather to support Zohran, let us remember that our voices matter. Together we can advocate for a compassionate and equitable vision for our city. Together we can ensure our communities are heard and valued. I urge all of you to join me in supporting Zohran Mamdani for Mayor of New York City. Zohran not only talks the talk, we walk the walk. We have done voter registrations, we knocked on doors, we told our families, we told our friends, we told everyone to vote for Zohran. So, without further ado, let us call Zohran Mamdani next mayor of the greatest city on earth. Please come up to the stage.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is such a pleasure to be here today. It is an honor to receive this endorsement from Zohran. And I want to thank President Karam Chaudhry for his remarks. I want to thank so many of the other leaders, whether they founded or are leading this organization, for all of the words that they have shared. This is an endorsement that is immensely meaningful to me, not just politically, but also personally. It's an endorsement that reminds me of a question I was asking myself just a few days ago. I had gathered with a number of New Yorkers on 34th Street and 1st Avenue. There was an event where we would race the bus, the M34, to show just how slow that bus was, that we could beat it just by walking. And as we were having a press conference, there was a man there who was heckling me, who heckles me often about being Muslim. And he yelled, "You will never belong here. You will never be a New Yorker." And as I heard his words, I thought of a moment that happened a few days earlier, where I had been walking with my wife, Rama, through Astoria Park, through the parking lot towards the soccer fields. And we heard the sound of chappals coming behind us. And I looked. It was a young girl in a hijab saying, "Mr. Mamdani, can you wait for a photo?" I said, "Yeah, I can wait." So she called back to her sister, and another sister, and another sister, and their mother. They all came. There was this lovely Muslim family, the beating heart of which were these young Muslim girls, the youngest of which who had stopped me was about 6 years of age. And in her eyes, I saw the vision that we have been leading this campaign with. A vision of a city that belongs to all of us. A vision of a city that each one of us can afford to call our home. And I saw in her eyes the understanding that in that city, she could be whatever she wanted to be. And I say this here with Zohran because we are speaking about many things all at once. We are speaking about public safety. We are speaking about the police department. We are speaking about what it means to be immigrants. But I hear in these same conversations, whether I'm speaking with Bangladeshi officers or I'm speaking with a New Yorker who works in sanitation or one who doesn't even have a public sector job, a desire to know that they too could be this city, that they too could be seen as the face of this city. And so the other day when I was with Imam Shamsi Ali, our honorary Bangladeshi Imam, we were at the 96th Street Masjid. And there are many in this city, some maybe in this room, who recall the moment during the debates when I grew tired of the former governor mispronouncing my name again and again and again. And I told him how he should say it, and I told him how we should spell it. And I asked the brothers and the sisters of the 96th Street Mosque to raise their hands if they too have ever had to deal with someone mispronouncing their name again and again. And I saw so many hands shoot up of brothers and sisters, uncles and aunties who have had to deal with the most basic indignity. And so when I corrected Governor Cuomo in that moment, I did it not just for myself, but to teach everyone a lesson. That the days of that disrespect are over. I do not ask that you agree with everything that I believe in, but I ask that you at least address me by the name that I was given. And that is what we must ask for as New Yorkers. And yet we know in this city and in this country, equality, respect, these are not things that are given to you. These are things you have to win. To me, the story of an organization like Zohran is also an organization of officers understanding that together you are stronger. That as an individual you can be cast aside, but as an organization it is hard to ignore the message of all that you do. And so what this means to me today, to have the endorsement of those who have been standing up and serving this city. And I have had the pleasure and the privilege of getting to know Detective Islam's family in these last few weeks. And it means so much to me that this event was rooted in meeting at his home. At his home where I learned of the man that he was. A man who would buy his sisters the same Eid gifts that he bought for his wife. A man who would trim his father's beard himself. A man who would pick up the phone when brothers older than him called him for advice. A man who put the shield on in the morning to protect this city, and when he took it off, he still continued to protect the people around him. And I know that in the lessons of Detective Islam, I also learned the lessons of each one of you who do that same work, who are ready for that same sacrifice, that same service. And it is an honor to stand here, not in front of you, alongside you. Because that is how I want to lead this city, alongside New Yorkers. I want to lead this city listening to the officers who have told me again and again of what is driving 200 officers a month to leave the department. The difficulties that come with forced overtime, the difficulties that come with having to pick up the phone for any issue that a New Yorker faces. The difficulties that come with an inability for our city to reckon with what is necessary to actually provide public safety. And I will look to Zohran as I do now, as a partner in delivering that public safety. So I thank you, and I give you this commitment, that in the New York City I will lead, it is a city where it will be excellence, where it will be merit that we make our decisions on.
Yes.
The beauty of a new generation is that it is unencumbered by that of the past. When I leave this city, I will not make my decisions on who you know or where you come from. I will make my decisions on the job that you do. And I will leave you with this. I have been asked time and time again, what does it mean to be the first Muslim mayor of New York City. And I think of what my grandparents taught me, Yusuf and Kulsum, my dada and dadi, that to be a good Muslim is to be a good person. It is to help those in need and harm no one. And so as Imam Shamsi Ali said, I have said proudly that I am Muslim. There have been many well-intentioned uncles who told me, you need not tell everyone. And I've said, no, this is a part of who I am. This is a part of how I see the world. This is a part of my values. And we are gathered here today because we are proud of what we did in the primary, proud of starting at 1% and then winning a race by nearly 13%, proud of the fact that we won the most votes in New York City primary history. And we know that the job is not yet done. This is not a formality of an endorsement. This is a commitment for us to work together to deliver a general election victory in November. Because I do not want us to tell the story of a campaign that won a primary and then struggled in a general. I want us to tell the story of a campaign that then delivered the first Muslim mayor in New York City's history. So I thank you. I echo the calls that have been made from this stage. I look forward to the partnership that we will continue to have. And I say that this is an opportunity for us to tell this city and to tell this country and the world that Muslims don't just belong in New York City. We belong in City Hall as well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Everyone, come up to the stage if you want to take a quick picture. You know, we don't have time, but everybody, if you come up to the stage, we'll take one group picture. One big group picture. So please line up in the front, and then we'll take a big group picture.
September 7th, we are having an
I want to